Hey everyone, Sed here with RC Plus Hobbies. So today we're going to be taking a look at the new Arrma Fury BLX. They call it a 223S because that's them trying to advertise that it can be 2 to 3S power. BLX is kind of the name we've always known, so I'm just going to refer to it as the BLX because that's too much. But here's a first look at it. We got the purple one out, which has this really awesome purple and pink paint scheme with kind of a matte finish on the hood and on the rear. Really like the paint job that they did on it. They offer it in a few different colors. You've got kind of the green one and then blue one there. So good look overall. I like the body style. Full disclosure, we did already take this one out and run it. You can see there's a little bit of scuffing on it. You will see in the speed run why those scuffs are there. But yeah, overall it's got a good look to it. Let's go ahead and pull the body off. Let's see if I can do this one-handed because it's a little bit awkward. If you look underneath here, right up there is that little red tab, and there's one hiding in the back too. You pull those towards the driver's side. They just kind of click out a little bit. And where's the other one? There it is. They just kind of pull out a little bit, and then the whole body... Oop, maybe I didn't get that one. Just kind of pops off. It's got these little tabs that set into the holes on the shock tower that this little clip kind of locks into. Same chassis as the brushed Fury. It's got that little narrow chassis. Not a whole lot has changed other than the electronics, really. So we've got their new, on the two-wheel drives, it's a 45 amp 2-in-1 speed control, and then that's paired to a 4000 kV brushless motor. I don't know how to feel about the 2-in-1 unit. So far it seems like it runs okay. It's just, I don't like when all the electronics are wrapped into one package. So, I don't know. I guess longevity, we'll see how this thing performs. My concern is the amperage. It is only two-wheel drive, so it doesn't have to be crazy, but 45 amps just seems kind of low to me. So I'm a little concerned about this potentially overheating on kind of an average day, average running. It's got a Spektrum, what is it, the S681 servo, I believe. I'll double check that in a minute. And then the wire comes back into this little holder here. It's basically just because with the receiver built in, it doesn't have, they don't give you any extra ports, and so the motor plugs directly in here. There's no extra ports for anything else there, and then it has the feed for the servo just coming straight out of the side of the case into here, and then you just plug your servo into that at that point. I guess, I mean, for space management it makes sense, but yeah. And then moving around back, we do have a wheelie bar. That is a new addition. You can see some carpet fuzz on there. Eric, the owner, was taking it out for a run on the carpet. We have a an indoor carpet track, and so we have a slash class that people have been trying to get into and doing, and we were testing to see how this would perform, because there are actually some short course trucks that do use a kind of heavy, really narrow chassis, and that's basically what this is. So we were just curious if this would perform decently. I did probably just, maybe I had a defective one. I did actually blow up the tire while I was driving it. I don't know if I caught it on video. I think it was after I got done with the recording part and I was just driving it around a little bit more. Yeah, I blew a hole out of the tire there, so I don't know if that's going to be an issue. I mean, these are just the normal Fortress tires. that, like, you know, the Sentin came with, and so they're good tires. But I think maybe just with the two-wheel drive platform, it's just too much wheel speed, and I wasn't paying attention, I blew it up, or I don't know, I had a defective tire that already had something going on with it, and it just separated. But just kind of show you around the truck a little bit. If you've already seen the Fury, there's not too much really to go over here. It's all basically the same stuff, just with beefier electronics. Underneath, it's got the battery, the bottom load battery tray, which I don't know how I feel about this either. I don't really like this setup. With the plug coming just straight through this cavity here, especially now that it's got an EC5 on it, because it's a brushless system, it can make loading a battery really awkward, and I feel like I'm smushing the wires, which I really don't want my wires all crimped sideways. And when you've got the hard pack in here and this plug trying to mess around, trying to get this little cover back on, these tabs back here kind of hang up on the battery. It's just an awkward setup. I'm probably just complaining to complain. Maybe other people like it, but I don't know. I wish I could have figured out something different, I guess, but with this skinny chassis, there's really only so much you can do, I suppose. Let's pull this out of the way. Controller, it's their new SLT2 with the orange power button, which means that it has their dynamic stability control, which is just a gyro to help stabilize the truck while you're driving it, especially at, you know, high speeds, or if you're a beginner. So it's kind of a decent little setup there. It's got 4 modes. It's got off, and then low, medium, and high. Oh, and then the way that you change it is you hold the steering wheel all the way to the right, and then you tap the power button, and each time it beeps to correspond with what mode it's in. Take a quick look at the box art here. Just going over some of the stuff about the truck. Flip it over to the side. There's a little better view of the different colors that it comes in. And their little speed chart showing what it should be able to do on 2-cell power and on 3-cell power. And then front of the box. Yeah. Okay, there we go. It's a S681, not 631. My bad on that. Just telling you about the electronics that it comes with. And then the other side is just going over more little things about the truck. Alright, so, oh, I already showed you that side. How about this side? This one's different. Talking about the body clip system, and then the dynamic stability control. Alright, well, I'm going to cut away and show you guys it running, and then we will come back and kind of give final thoughts. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do some speed runs here and see how fast this can go. We got the GPS set up on the roof. I'm going to start off on 50% power with a 2-cell and see how fast it goes. Alright, that's all it's got. They're quoting 15 miles an hour. And 16. Let's bump it up to 75%. Oop. There we go. They're saying 25 on 75%. Only got 22. A little bit short. Let's try 100% here. And they're saying 35. it's a little bit short of what they're saying, but let's go ahead and switch out to the 3-cell and see what it can do. Alright, finally got the 3-cell in it. One thing I can say right now, I do not like the battery tray system on it, where it loads to the bottom. There's not enough room. I think it's just kind of awkward. You kind of got to sandwich the wires in, and I'm even using one of the Spektrum 3-cell batteries, and so I don't know. I don't like the fitment of the battery, but either way, let's go ahead and give this a go. I've got it on 50%, and they're saying about 25 on 50% with a 3-cell. Alright, 25 on the nose. Let's put it at 50 or 75%. They're saying 35. And we got 36. Alright, let's see if I can hold on to it with this one-handed driving. I'm going to put on 100, and they are saying 50 miles an hour. Woo! She's squirrely. Alright, let's try that again. Boy, it's a handful. What did we get? 43. Alright, let's try this again. Maybe take it down and get a little better lead up. Oh, and there it goes. Hey, at least it stuck the landing. Well, GPS fell off, but let's see what it says. 44. Alright, so I don't know how to feel about it. I've never been a fan of 2-wheel drive cars on 3-cell power. Let me try it with, put this back on. I'm gonna try turning down the gyro and see if it helps. Put it on low, see what happens. God, I don't know. Yep, same, 44. Well, there we go, guys. Not quite 50. 44 is about all I can get out of it out here, so we'll go back inside where it's a little bit warmer and kind of go over the rest of the thoughts on it. All right, so final thoughts on the truck. At $229.99 before battery and charger, it's a good price point. Comparable Traxxas Slash. I mean, the BL2S is $269.95, so $270, you know, so the BL2S can only be 2-cell LiPo at maximum, whereas this can go up to a 3-cell. So you get a lot better electronics for, you know, $40 less, which there's a lot to be said about that. I'm not a fan of overpowered 2-wheel drive vehicles. I just don't like the way that they feel. I think this thing feels really good on a 2-cell, and for our racetrack, we only go up to a 2-cell on the racetrack because of the size of it. And I think that is where this truck is really good. I like it with a 2-cell. It feels good there. But, you know, for the guys that want to go faster, I think a 3-cell could be a lot of fun. And maybe out in the dirt, you know, because I'm driving on the pavement, and these knobby tires, they don't have good traction on the street. So maybe it'd be different if I was out in the dirt. But as far as just kind of outside on the street, where I think a lot of people honestly are probably going to drive these, 3-cell just, it feels like too much. I mean, if you turn it down to like 75%, it's manageable. But all the way up on 100% power, trying to give it, you know, full power even after you're already almost at the top end, it starts to pick up the front wheel, and then at that point there's not a whole lot you can do other than just trying to, you know, hit the brakes, slow back down before it tumbles out. So otherwise though, I mean, it is a good truck. It does have a good feel overall, as far as the handling characteristics, and so it's not a bad truck by any means, you know, and it's got a cool look to it. So alrighty guys, well, that's just one guy's opinion. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to post them below. Make sure to like and subscribe. We're trying to grow the channel and be able to do more content, and it's, you know, we can't buy every model just outright. We can't afford to do that. And so as we grow, you know, get more subscribers and more content, then we can start hopefully, you know, pushing out more and more at that point. So alrighty, thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you guys later.